UIM ABP AcquaBike World Championship kicks off the new season in sunny, glamorous Doha, Qatar, as riders begin their 2015 campaign. Doha is considered the world's capital of marine motorsports, and rightly so. This gleaming, skyscraper-studded jewel of the Middle East offers the perfect backdrop for the AcquaBike World Tour, which will be raced off the park-lined corniche of Doha Bay. The city offers some truly impressive architecture and monuments, including hotels, palaces, museums, and parks, making this one of the most iconic racing venues in the world. But the ultra-slick metropolis that is present-day Doha is also balanced by a highly cherished historical and cultural heritage, and the city offers gorgeous examples of its more traditional past, from the old souk market to the traditional Arab dhows, and of course the very essence of Arabian culture and identity, the desert, which remains a near sacred and inseparable part of the Qatari nation. The Qatar Grand Prix has become a regular season opener for the Tour, and this year it attracts 58 riders from 18 countries who will be in their quest for the world title in 4 divisions: Ski Division GP1, Ski Ladies GP1, Freestyle, and the blue ribbon event, the Runabout GP1. Last year's world champions are back to defend their world titles. The objective is simple: to start the season off with a win. In the Ski Division GP1, the man to beat is defending world champion Jeremy Perret, who's pursuing a 5th world title in 2015. It's really fantastic for me to have finished last season off as world champion after having missed the previous season. This year there are new riders like Kevin Reiterer or Stian Shetline. And with so many pilots, it's going to be very difficult because the season is very long, and we'll see where we all stand at the end of the year. Challenging Perret again are his nemeses, Nacho Armias of Spain and Alberto Monti of Italy, the ever-improving Alex Perret, not to mention Jeremy's brothers, the young up-and-coming Morgan Perret and 2-time world champion Michael Perret, who returns to racing after a terrible injury that kept him from competing in the last race of 2014 in Liuzhou, China. But the old order looks like it will be challenged by a raft of hungry, talented new young riders, including American Brock Austin, Valentin Dardia of France, and the Austrian Kevin Reiterer.
The competitors are really tough. They are one of the best in the world out here. So especially I've been racing with Jeremy Perret through Europe, and we battled it out the last 2-3 years, and Nacho Armias. So that's going to be really interesting.
The riders are ready. The first race of the season is about to get underway. Heat 1 is on. Great start from Morgan Perret, but it's his brother Jeremy Perret who has pole position. Nacho Armias beats Jeremy Perret to the first hole shot, and the young Spaniard takes the lead early here with Jeremy Perret behind him. There's Alex Perret in 5th position behind Valentin Dardia and Morgan Perret. Armias is one of the few riders who has proven he can beat Jeremy Perret, and he's off to another good start. Further back in the field, Michael Perret passes former world number 3 Slaven Ivancic. Newcomer Brock Austin locks horns with Middle Eastern newcomer Almour bin Hourayz of the UAE. Austin gets the better of bin Hourayz. Up ahead, Kevin Reiterer passes Alex Perret to move into 4th position. In the alternate course, Nacho Armias and Jeremy Perret are locked in a slalom showdown. Jeremy Perret has it! Jeremy Perret back in the driver's seat in this race. Armias has to figure out how to get it back. Armias had last beaten Perret for the Chinese Grand Prix title at the end of 2013. Can he pull it off again in 2015? Behind Armias, Kevin Reiterer has moved into 3rd after passing Dardia. Number 99, Alex Barret, in fourth position, has a little tumble, but he's back up and running. Behind Barret, a battle for sixth place between Alberto Monti and Valentin Dardia. Monti just managing to hold off the Frenchman as they go through the finish line. The final lap, Jeremy Perret holds on to start the year off with another win. Nacho Armias is runner-up, and the big news is newcomer Kevin Reiterer, starting way back and moving up all the way to third. There are the results. Perret, Armias, Reiterer, Barret finishes fourth, veteran Monti fifth, ahead of another newcomer, Stian Schottlein. Always a crowd favorite, the night slalom saw Emma-Nelly Ortendahl pull off a major upset, beating Jennifer Menard for the win, while in men's ski, Jeremy Perret edged out Kevin Reiterer for the top prize. In the runabout, UAE rider Khalifa Belsalah took the honors, beating Jeremy Perez. And it was all topped off with the freestylers enchanting the crowd with an AcquaBike extravaganza. Ski division newcomer Stian Schottlein explains the course.
Hello, my name is Stian Schottlein. I'm from Norway. This is my first year doing the full AcquaBike tour. I'm going to show you how the course is. You start out from coming from out here, then you go in here through two starting booths. Then you enter the course for the skis on the two yellows and for the runabouts on the three reds. The runabouts go for a little bit longer course and the skis for the shorter course. When you come to the splits, most people would choose the outside split because it's less waves. I usually choose the inside course because in my experience it's faster, but it's way harder to ride. So if you make a little bit of a mistake here, it'll be slower. But usually when I try to pass, I always go this way.
Heat 2 begins. There we see the start from Reiterer's onboard camera. Jeremy Perret again has pole, with Nacho Armias hunkered down beside him. Reiterer speeds past Jeremy Perret to the hole shots, with Armias again leading at the start. Much better start this time from Michael Perret. Nacho Armias is in first place. Austrian rider Kevin Reiterer is up in second, with Jeremy Perret in the unaccustomed position of trailing in third. Bad luck for Morgan Perret. He's out just as the race began. Armias had a tough year last year, managing just sixth, but this is a good start to Heat 2, and he knows a win here will give him the Grand Prix title in Qatar. Behind them in fourth place is Frenchman Alex Barret, who's chased by Italian Alberto Monti and Michael Perret, the two-time world champion. Kevin Reiterer going strong in second position. He has a problem, submerges his boat, and he's out of the race. What a shame. Armias in first, Perret second, and now with Reiterer out, Alex Barret moves up into third. But Barret is under pressure from Monti as he moves close to the Frenchman, but Barret holds on. No change until the final lap. It's a wonderful day for Nacho Armias. The Spaniard wins Heat 2, beats Perret, and claims the Grand Prix of Qatar. Jeremy Perret has to settle for runner-up since Heat 2 takes precedence. Great result for Alex Barret, who gets his first podium finish at a Grand Prix. But the man of the weekend in ski is Nacho Armias.
We work day and night, sleeping 4 hours per day. My father and Jesus made the amazing job in Dubai. And 1 week after, we are here in front of all the riders. It's just amazing, you know.
Final results. Armias is the Qatar champ. Jeremy Perret up there on the same number of points. Good results for newcomers Dardia and Schottlein. Thomas Kette, 8th. There are 8 competitors in the Ski Ladies GP1, where Jennifer Menard will take up her title defense after winning the World Championship last year in her first full season on the UIM ABP Tour. Her biggest rivals will again be Sandra Fernandez of Spain, and the young and improving Estelle Porret of France, as well as Tour regular Marta Sorrentino of Italy. Back on the Tour this year are the young Swedish riders Emanuele Ortendal and Jonna Bergstrom, who raced in the Milan Grand Prix in 2014. And there are also some new faces, Kylie Elmers of New Zealand and Yuki Karahashi of Japan. Ladies Heat 1 is go. Jennifer Menard has pole position and gets a nice, fast start as the rest of the field chases the French world champion. Having entered the circuit, there's a fight between the young Swede Emanuele Ortendal and Sandra Fernandez, with the young Swede passing the Spanish champion to move into second position and give chase to Menard. Behind Fernandez in third is Japanese rider Yuki Karahashi. Despite qualifying in second and third respectively, Estelle Porret and Kylie Elmers had to join the race late due to technical issues. Ortendal giving it her all in second position. But Menard is too good as the world champion picks up where she left off and seals another win. Heat 2 is underway. Menard again takes a huge lead with Ortendal and Fernandez in a drag race for second behind her. Menard carving through those turns. Ortendal stays just ahead of Fernandez. Karahashi crashes out, and Elmer's also out with technical issues. By the halfway mark, Menard had built a 15-second lead. But drama behind her as Estelle Porret moved her way up the field and passed Fernandez to take second. What a tragedy for Menard, leading in 7 of the 9 laps before her engine gave out. And she's heartbroken. That gives the race lead to Estelle Porret, and she holds tight for her second heat win. Fernandez runner-up in Heat 2, but that's all she needs to become the Qatar Grand Prix champion for 2015. Third place result for Jonna Bergstrom in Heat 2. It's been a stupendous weekend for me. Sure, I had some problems early on in practice when I busted my engine, and then we found in training that my bike was losing oil, and we thought I might not be able to make it through an entire race. But the motor held and proved us wrong. I'm very happy to have competed here in Qatar and to have won. The final results, Estelle Porret Grand Prix runner-up with Emanuele Ortendal on the podium in third. Menard unfortunate in fifth. In freestyle, brothers Rok and Nas Florjancic will once again lead proceedings. Rok is the 3-time world champion, Nas a 1-time world champion, but can Nas beat his brother this year? They'll be joined by veteran Roberto Mariani of Italy and 2 Qatari talents, Fahad Al-Hamli and Badr Al-Abdullah. Badr Al-Abdullah went out first in both heats, with backflip and barrel roll combos and a one-leg, one-hand backflip to top it all off. Roberto Mariani, the Italian and European champion from Rome, produced a solid routine capped off with his signature Superman. Another Qatari rider, Fahad Al-Hamli, took to the waters to local cheers. He produced an excellent routine with tightly choreographed combos and backflip series that left the crowds wanting more and hoping for a hometown podium. Then it was time for the true giant of this division, the defending world champion Rok Florjancic of Slovenia, competing under a Croatian flag. He was on a quest to top his incredible 99 out of 100 score last year. Nas had already edged out his big brother in qualifying. Could he do it again in the heats? The 2012 world champion was on fire with no hands backflips, 360s, 180s, and basically every trick in the book. It was the performance of his life, and it won him the Qatar Grand Prix. Nas Florjancic throws the monkey off his back, beating his brother for the first time. Also, it was a great result for Qatar, with Fahad Al-Hamli on the podium in third.
I will remember this race for sure because I finally beat my older brother. I was very good yesterday, but he had 2 more points. But today, luckily, I also make a good routine, so I finally beat him.
The main event, the Runabout GP1, sees a star-studded lineup that's chock full of talent. The main contender is Teddy Pons, the 2014 World Champion. I feel really good. We basically kept the same configuration and setup as last year, which won me the World Championship title. I really haven't changed a thing. The strategy is to simply follow the same path as before, but there are a lot of new riders this year as well. Great riders from the Middle East, and also some great European competitors. He'll be up against the man he narrowly beat for the title last year, Jeremy Perez, who's currently #1 in the prestigious UIM World Rankings, and he's race fit, having competed in the Dubai and Abu Dhabi Championships early this year. And then, of course, there's perennial favorite, 10-time world champion Cyril Lemoine, who wants to reclaim the title he last won in 2010, and he has a new Yamaha bike engine package with new outfit Team 2B AcquaBike. Another former champion racing in Qatar with a new bike was François Modori of France. I think this year the competition will be at a very high standard, especially with the new riders like Jean-Baptiste Botti, Khalifa Belsalah, the return of Al Abdul Razak, then there's Cyril Lemoine with his new Yamaha, and many others who are set to raise the level this year, so I think it's going to be a very tough season. I'll have to give battle right through the year. It's going to be a fantastic season. The French-dominated field is challenged by last year's world #3 Lars Åkerblom of Sweden and Polish champion Andrzej Wisniewski. But there is also some serious Middle Eastern talent in Qatar, led by 2013 world champion Yusuf Al Abdul Razak.
We have a new ski. I've been training good. I had been racing in the Dubai season as well, which is like 2 weeks earlier. So I'm in shape 100%, and the ski is very good, brand new, and I hope we do good tomorrow.
Al Abdul Razak leads a field that includes his fellow Kuwaiti Mohamed Bourbaye and two of the most consistent riders of 2014, hometown heroes Tamer Al Darwish and Mohamed Al Haydous, and also the Emirati rider Khalifa Belsalah. But there are some newcomers who are set to shake things up. Jean-Baptiste Botti, who formerly raced in ski, this time moved up to race in runabout. The difference between a ski and a runabout is that the ski is much smaller and more manageable on this kind of slalom course. You really can't compare the two. The runabouts are big and fast. It's really tough to manage those sharp turns compared to ski. I'm looking forward to competing in this category. Botti was joined by fellow Carriget riders Hugo Fidlan of Martinique, the 2014 Carriget champ, and also Christophe Concourier. With final preparations done and last-minute technical adjustments complete, the first heat of the 2015 Runabout Championship was about to get underway, with Al Abdul Razak on pole, followed by Mohamed Bourbaye second, and Botti third on the starting grid. The riders line up for the start, and there they go. What a sight as these behemoths of the water thundered down that long starting straightaway to the first of two hole shot boys. Coming past the first hole shot, Al Abdul Razak leads the field, but just look at Mohamed Bourbaye as he gives it extra and assumes the lead from his fellow Kuwaiti. Further back, Jeremy Perez, who started on the second line, and as with last year, this year he's again chasing Teddy Pons. Drama up front as Botti kept up his incredible speed. Botti was too fast. Botti bumped Al Abdul Razak down to third. Al Abdul Razak jumps a boy. That could cost him crucial seconds. Bourbaye in the lead, with Botti trying to catch the Kuwaiti. Al Abdul Razak comes out of the alternate track and takes the black penalty boy. Tamer Al Darwish in fourth, just ahead of Georgi Kasha, now locking horns with Al Abdul Razak. Jeremy Perez in 8th position. He managed to pass Pons at the start, and now he's chasing down Mohamed Al Haidous in 7th. Bourbaye again enters the parallel course in the lead, with Botti right behind him, giving stubborn chase. And then Al Abdul Razak, who passes Al Darwish, to whom he lost 3rd place. Further down the field, Cyril Lemoine locks horns with Mohamed Al-Baz and local rider Walid Al-Shashani of Qatar. But it looks like Lemoine is going to need more to adjust to his new Yamaha bike engine package. In the lead, Bourbaye is in trouble. He's got his hands up as Botti storms into the lead. But Bourbaye gets back up and running just before Al Abdul Razak can catch up with him. And now it's Bourbaye giving chase to Botti. The new leader of the race is Jean-Baptiste Botti. What a great first race in his transition from ski to runabout as he leads an incredibly talented field of riders. Bourbaye holding on to 2nd behind him and Al Abdul Razak 3rd. Having jumped a boy, Pons takes the black penalty buoy. That gives Midori the chance to catch up with him. He nearly has it, but Pons holds on. Botti is extremely close to an incredible victory in his first ever runabout race in the UIM ABP AcquaBike Tour. He looks over one last time, no one in sight. He's the Heat 1 winner. A last-minute mistake from Tamer Al Darwish, and Khalifa Bel Salah takes 4th place from Al Darwish. Runabout Heat 1 results. Great result for Botti. Good return to racing from Al Abdul Razak and Bourbaye. Disappointment for such heavyweights as Pons, Lemoine, Perez, and Midori. Runabout Heat 2. The race is on as the bikes hit speeds of 100 kilometers an hour. Tamer Al Darwish is in 4th place. Bourbaye once again takes command early on, and it's Khalifa Bel Salah behind him who edges past Al Abdul Razak. Khalifa Bel Salah has a problem with his engine. That's an unlucky break for the UAE rider. Behind the Kuwaiti leaders, Bourbaye and Al Abdul Razak, is Tamer Al Darwish, who moves up to 3rd. Behind him is 10-time world champion Cyril Lemoine, who's had a great start. Behind Lemoine is his fellow Frenchman, the number 1 ranked Jeremy Perez. Behind those top 5 riders is Wisniewski, Didier Chabert, Teddy Pons, and Walid Al-Shashani. Midori takes the penalty buoy, which puts him behind Mohamed Al Haidous. Mohamed Bourbaye continues to lead the race, but he's got his hard-pressing countryman Al Abdul Razak on his tail. Last year's world number 3 Lars Eckerblom is given chase by his fellow Swede Johan Johansson, who's got 1 or 2 fans in the crowd. Francois Midori on the attack. He takes on Al Haidous and moves past him. And it's yet another early exit for Abdul Razak. Luck does not seem to be on his side as he's towed off. Now a familiar sight. Al Darwish has moved up into 2nd place. Jeremy Perez knocks Lemoine back and moves up to 3rd spot. It seems lonely at the top for Mohamed Bourbaye there, and all Al Abdul Razak can do is watch on. Behind Lemoine is Walid Al-Sharshani in 5th. Misfortune for Bourbaye. He's unable to finish the race, which gives the race lead to Tamer Al Darwish. Behind him, Jeremy Perez is in 2nd position. What a race for Bel Salah, who started in 17th and moved up to 4th place. And there it is, a well-deserved win for the smooth and steady Tamer Al Darwish. Jeremy Perez continues his string of great results by finishing the Grand Prix runner-up. And it's Walid Al-Sharshani who comes in 3rd. Al Darwish and his Qatari fans are ecstatic. Great result for the local rider. The final Grand Prix results. Al Darwish seals a Qatari victory in Doha. Jeremy Perez runner-up ahead of Jean-Baptiste Botti. Great results also for Khalifa Bel Salah and Mohamed Bourbaye. Teddy Pons and Cyril Lemoine have catching up to do. I'm very happy with the racing I put in, and I really didn't expect to be where I am now, to be honest. But my aim was to win my first Grand Prix.
I'm happy.
That concludes an incredible first Grand Prix of 2015. See you in round 2 in Castro, Italy.